We've all been there.
Oh, fuck.
I am severely addicted to my phone. I believe that doom scrolling is one of the scariest addictions that no one really takes seriously. I mean, I bring it everywhere I go. The shower, washing dishes, heck, I can't even eat without finding a perfect YouTube video. So, I got rid of my phone. But not entirely. I wanted to find the perfect balance. So I made my phone dumber and split it up into 3 healthier hobbies so that I can turn my phone back into the tool that it was meant to be. The first week was a challenge. I found myself messing around on my phone, trying to scroll even though it's restricted. I would scroll through my contacts, my photos. I'd even just stare at my YouTube analytics. So I would try to incorporate a no phone rule where I had to leave my phone as far away from me as possible. I'd leave my phone in my bag if I went out, and I left it in my room on my gaming desk. But this would bring one of the hardest challenges: silence. When it would get quiet, I would start hearing a ringing noise, and it drove me insane. So I went on eBay and bid on a bunch of iPod lots. Okay, I know this seems a little bit excessive, and it is, but I kind of hold a certain value to these iPods. I fixed these myself, and I kind of just want to have one of each iPod generation. Each of them also has a unique sound to them. For example, this 7th generation classic is filled to the brim with classical music. This 3rd gen classic would be my daily driver. It basically just has all my favorite artists on it, my top 20 if you will. I did this because I really want to experience the songs I was listening to without an algorithm telling me what to listen to. So instead of listening to a whole playlist, I will listen to the whole album instead. But in doing this, I had more of appreciation for the songs and the album that it came from. And I discovered some really good music from artists I already listened to. I've also discovered a love for classical music. The Yellow River being one of the first classical songs I listened to, it drove me to tears. And with doing all these things, it rekindled my love for playing the guitar. I don't even care that my fingers are in excruciating pain every time I play. I just want to play. I am even working on a song for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. Subscribe so you can see her reaction to my song. But even though I had all the iPods I could ever want, I still had withdrawals. I found myself scrolling my contacts again. Something needed to change. I needed something new. In the second week, I got really bored. I managed to fix all the iPods. I sold some, I gave some to friends, but I had nothing else to do. I started getting a little bit of control over the urges to go on my phone, but they were still strong. Even if my phone wasn't in my pocket, I'd still reach in for it. So I resorted to reading. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read a real book since high school, and that book was Animal Farm. But I think I know where to start. Phantom of the Opera. I mean, I watched the movie before with my girlfriend and she loves the musical, so I thought, why not? I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the best but hardest books I've ever read in my life. I would try to read for about an hour a day, and I was able to finish the book by week 3. And I won't lie, this book was such a challenge for me. The book is written in Old English and is most definitely way above my reading level. But as I was reaching the climax, I was hooked. I couldn't wait to see how Ro would get out the box and save Christine. I found that I didn't even want to stop reading, even after my timer went off. I couldn't believe it. I fell in love with reading. In the same week, a coworker would recommend the movie Spaceman. It's very similar to Interstellar, but quite a different film. It's a beautiful film with wonderful storytelling, and after watching that movie, I decided to pick up the book it was based on. After this, I went on to watch a lot of Wes Anderson movies. I learned about him in college, and I've watched one of his films, Mr. Fantastic Fox. I mean, I love his style and attention to detail. And if you haven't watched any of his films, I would totally recommend watching The Bohemian Scheme, Isle of Dogs, and The Grand Budapest Hotel. And something changed. Instead of watching a movie through 2-minute clips on TikTok, I was watching the whole film in the way the director intended it to be watched. It inspired me to pick up the camera again and just start creating instead of consuming. My phone's grip was loosening up on me, and my brain rot, it's almost completely gone. The third week was much easier. The need to reach for my phone was gone. I don't even have to look for the perfect YouTube video anymore. This is partly because of my 3DS. It gives me something else to gravitate to entertain myself for hours on end. And it also revived my love for gaming. So much in fact, I dusted off the old PS2 and played Spider-Man 2 from start to finish. Then, something interesting happened. My brother would knock on my door and come into my room. He asked me if he could play, and without a hesitation, I said yes, because it reminded me of myself when I was younger. We might have a 14-year age gap, but I still remember what it was like to be his age, and I wanted to guide him in the right direction, so that he wouldn't end up like me. We played games, listened to music, read and studied together. I was basically like Rogic, an older brother. Before, I just doom scroll reels while he doom scrolls YouTube shorts. But now, we spend time together instead of wasted. Whether we're playing Crash Team Racing on the PS2 or Fortnite on a PS5, and I think something's happening. I think I'm free. I'm cured. My brain rot is gone. The final week went smoothly. My phone lost its grip on me, and I started reading Spaceman of Bohemia. My relationship with my brother is now stronger than ever, and my brain rot is cured. But I still need to learn to use my phone as a tool, without assistive access, which is the setting I use to make my phone dumber. It's a setting on iPhones that was designed for users with cognitive disabilities, with more focused features and a simplified user design, which is perfect for what I was going for. Feel free to try it out for yourself if you feel like your phone addiction is getting out of hand. But now, I have to learn to live without this restriction, and start to use my phone as a tool, instead of a distraction. I will need to develop very strong self-control, and adapt to this new lifestyle I've created for myself. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you all next time.